Welcome to the Ed Answer Key, the podcast where in the time it takes to complete hall duty and attendance, we embark on an educational adventure for both teachers and families. So whether you're a seasoned educator or a family navigating the school system, buckle up for the Ed Answer Key.
What about disciplinary policies, guys?
This is something I actually just recently had an incident, and I, how do I put it? I scolded the adult in the situation because.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I just was so disappointed. This professional, I was like, how didn't you not tell us? Like, why do we have to be in the dark about these situations? Find people, get a time, like a team meeting, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get people together where you can have the discussion and tell us why this can't be.
Yeah.
And I know that it doesn't necessarily have to happen that way, but there are things in a building like now, they've changed a lot of things and we don't even know that because things change and we don't hear it. So then don't you think that changes our perspective on how things are handled? Knowledge is power, so then give us some so we actually know what you can do.
Yeah.
Or how you can help us. Something, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning that having that conversation, I'm hoping that changes things going forward where we're a little bit more forward about what is allowed and what could be.
Disciplinary stuff happens at the administrative level. There's only so much that a teacher can actually do.
Right.
As far as out of school or send them home early, that's all administrative, principal, assistant principal. But be transparent with me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm an adult, you know what I mean? Let me know what I can and cannot do.
Right.
Because if I'm formulating this consequence, that means that I'm presenting it to the student as, don't get to this level because this will possibly happen.
For sure.
But then on the back end, it's not there.
And then all your credibility is now
It's
gone.
like shot.
Yep.
And so it's like you don't feel like, someone actually has your back. If your hands are tied, let us know. What are we going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you're telling adults what's going on, hey, we can't do this because
be
of
solution
X, Y,
oriented,
and Z.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a big secret.
Right.
I mean, because if it shouldn't be done, you shouldn't know about it anyway. So it's something somebody put it in place. Let us know. Let us communicate that in a proper way.
There's this really interesting kind of dynamic that happens. Obviously, the higher up you get, more administrators, and then even higher, it becomes more and more political. And I get that. I see that. I hate it. But, I get it. They have to be so diplomatic. It's all good. It's totally fine. Like, we're going to handle it in-house. And we want them to just say, hey, you know what? It's trickling downstream. Sorry, it's the way it is. Be real with me and tell me, hey, this is how it is. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. I get that. They don't communicate that all the time.
The only time I get
frustrating.
that clarity is when we're doing our pre-meetings for the test that we have for the state.
So
hey,
true.
I know we've got to do this, and
Here's why.
I'm doing this because I was told that we've got to do it.
Yeah.
I understand that. So I will shoulder through this 45 minutes because I have to do it.
Yes.
Let me know. Like, don't sugarcoat that for me.
Right.
But when it comes to disciplinary policies, I don't get that. Like, I don't get the clarity of it. I don't get if the decision that I'm making in my classroom or in the hallway about the discipline of a student is in line with the school or the district.
Well, and I actually suggested a handful of things, but I obviously got to talking and couldn't stop myself, nor do I ever. I suggested, why can't we all have a conversation, or why can't you get together with, the leadership on your teams? You have team leaders. Cool. Then you talk to them. And then you let them disseminate to us and how that's supposed to look. Set aside that time where then you can just communicate to all of us at one time, maybe, so it's coming from you. Even an email, like to all of us, though, not just about one specific situation. So those are some things that I'm just like, I think communication-wise, that would help us. We don't need to feel like we're tied by the parent and the administrators and by everybody else. And that's the frustration, I think.
You've got to over-communicate some of those types of, especially like policies, if there's changes in that, because some folks won't read emails. They're not email folks. Some won't attend the meeting.
Right.
Some won't tune in when their department lead is. So you've got to over-communicate significant changes to anything, even especially like things that are building level or district level.
Right.
And discipline's been something that seems like it changes every year.
Yeah, it depends on who you're answering to as well to some degree. And I think, which is fine, like everybody has their own style, just like teachers. We have autonomy to some degree in how we handle things. But like I should not have to seek to try to talk to a parent for discipline at home because it won't happen in the building. Like that sucks when you
Sure.
don't have the academic support for discipline in an environment where it should be. It just doesn't make sense. So I think that's some of it too.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the Ed Answer Key. Your support means the world to us. Be sure to stay in the loop about upcoming topics by downloading our free podcast companion at www.edanswerkey.com. So until next time, class dismissed.